Hello everyone, Smish here, Thursday still, in South Carolina, January 22nd, 2015. Quick report here, I've been really busy, working long hours, but I'll do a quick one. Looking at the sun, we can see pretty large sunspots getting ready to be directly facing Earth. We have one on the rim too, check out, an incoming. Really just moderate flaring over the last 3 days. KP indexes jumped slightly there. And there you can see the incoming sunspot region. A quick look at the quake map here. You can see Lakeview, Oregon rocking many times today. 4.5 is the highest there. You can see a small quake down here in Alabama, 2.7 on the New Madrid fault line. Also looking around the globe, not much to look at. Pretty decent tremor very far north in the Greenland Sea. This one interesting, out a couple days ago, or yesterday. A landslide, the world's biggest landslide, floated like a hovercraft. They're studying it. It happened in Wyoming. Massive Heart Mountain landslide in Wyoming. On a cushion of carbon dioxide gas similar to a hovercraft gliding on air, a new study suggests. Pretty amazing to think that could be what happened. But you can see more information on the blast. I'll put the link down below so you can check it out. It's pretty interesting actually. So let's stick on the subject of carbon. Global warming worse than nuclear weapons. The doomsday clock set 3 minutes to midnight. Predictions are getting worse. But I think you have to say that nuclear weapons or nuclear power could be far worse than global warming and even aid in disruption of our climate, especially by taking out species of animals on the planet. That alone has an effect on our climate. But and I'll tell you what I mean here in just a second, having to do with the plants. First, I want to look at NASA's most detailed CO2 maps of the Earth that came out just before New Year. And it shows the average carbon dioxide concentrations. And note, trees, rainforest areas are going to hold the most carbon because as it comes by, they're wanting to grab onto it. It is a cycle so long, the Earth's cycle of healing and changing its own climate, that we couldn't possibly understand everything that's happening here. But as you see, there's not an excess coming out of the industry where people are using fuels as much as it is obviously being recuperated by the forests. But not that the point isn't that there are safer ways to create energy for an industry. You can see record-setting year for Canadian wind industry here, this coming out this week. And it's pretty cool to see this happening. Also, Costa Rica on its way to being 100% renewable energy in a matter of the next 20 years. And here researchers are getting much more efficient at using living plants to generate electricity that we can use. You can see what they're talking about here. They extract what the plant breaks down for us, it's doing a job for us all the time. And it's very possible to harvest the energy. And imagine if we could just easily access the energy from waves or landslides, like the other article I was talking about. Anything, natural disasters could power our universe if we had a good enough understanding of what was happening and how we could key into certain aspects of that. But we can't keep going on like we're going on. Aging nuclear plants are not going to do us justice in the future and make life very difficult for most everyone on Earth eventually. And you can see the West Coast is not doing well still. Lots of mysterious things going on, starving seabirds, lack of ocean life in general. It's pretty scary. I was hoping this wouldn't happen in my lifetime, and that's what I have to assume the people who created this technology were hoping as well. Did they really think they were going to be able to control it on that level, on the level that we're doing it? I don't think so. It was never meant to be controlled. And this is pretty interesting to me, fascinating subject. Pope Francis doing the devil's hand sign, or a hand gesture sign here, with a cardinal in the Philippines. And I don't know if that means peace in the Philippines, but it kind of looks funny, since we've seen many in the act doing this very same gesture, including presidents of the United States, the Queen of England, goes on, and rock and rollers, of course. But I think they tucked the thumb. But that's not all. The Pope is also called out for pushing depopulation agenda of the Georgia Guidestones, trying to tie it into the NWO idea. And you can see what they talk about here. He's definitely pushing the idea that global warming and carbon footprint and all the agenda that seems to be pushed by the ones in charge of the media. And what is religion but one of the oldest sources of media? So you can check that out. I'll leave you with the links down below. Thanks for joining me. I'm so tired, I'm gonna lay down and chill. Good night.